Welcome to Cross Examine with the Gerbers. I'm Ken Gerber, and this is my beautiful wife, Megan Gerber. Hi, Megan.
Hi, Ken.
How are you feeling today?
I'm fantastic, joyful, and excited to get this ball rolling.
Yeah. Me too. So, first podcast, Cross Examine with the Gerbers. You want to talk a little bit about why we're doing the podcast?
Yes, because I want to cross-examine you.
Yeah, well, that happens pretty much every day.
Nothing is more fun than cross-examining my husband on live television.
So I'm an attorney. I have been for 30 years. I've gone up against some very good, very seasoned attorneys. Nobody cross-examines better than you.
Yes. What do I win? Do I win something?
You win me.
Oh, well, I guess that's good enough. So I'm excited. Everyone keeps saying, what's this podcast going to be about?
Right.
It's going to be about everything. It's going to be about cross-examining our lives, everything going on in our lives. And then I'm assuming other people are going to, do you hear the dog?
I know. It's like
Ken has to have the dog out here with him. It's his little buddy.
He's quiet. Every other day we're out here, but when we're recording, he's got to talk.
He wanted to let everybody know he's here. We have actually 3 dogs.
Right.
This is the German Shepherd. He is a year and a half, and he decided he wants to be whiny right now. Fabulous. Then we have a golden.
Right.
Ruby. She's 3. And then we have Miss Violet, who is, how old is Violet? 11?
I don't know. She's ancient.
She's a chocolate lab.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of allergies. Do you guys know what, I mean, if you have a dog that has allergies, but yet we live in Arizona, she wants to go in the pool all the time, which I don't blame her. She's hot. It's hot. And she's allergic to chlorine, I think.
I think she is. Let's talk about what it is that we have going on in our lives that even make any of this relevant.
Well, we're human and we're here. So
Right.
that's relevant.
Right. First and foremost, we have the cross.
Yes.
It's cross-examined, obviously a double entendre there, the cross because of our faith.
Yes.
Jesus comes first in whatever we do. It's been a long road to get here, and nobody's perfect. We're not perfect, but
Nope.
we strive daily to put Jesus first, and we're doing that here in the podcast as well.
Absolutely. Everything will be examined, and then we will look at it through the lens of Jesus and say, how does that work? How does being messy in our lives, because we all have messy lives, right? Nothing
Right.
is smooth.
Right.
And how do we look to the Lord to help us kind of sort everything out?
Yeah, exactly. And then the cross-examine, obviously, I mentioned that I'm an attorney. We own the law firm together. That's been 15 years that we've run that, and it's really you running it and me working for you.
Well, which law firm is that if they don't know who we are?
Well, we are Gerber Injury Law.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it's you running it, me working for
Well,
you.
not really. I don't really run it.
Well,
We run it together.
yeah, but you're the brains behind a lot of what we do. And you really handle many aspects of it and allow me just to be the attorney.
Well, the fabulous thing about us is we really respect each other's lanes.
Right.
And we come to one another when we have questions or we seek each other's guidance, and it works out that way. A lot of people that have come in have said, wow, I really have never seen a law firm run this smoothly with a husband and wife.
Right.
Because we stay in our own lanes. You do what you do well, and I do what I do well.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. You can take business law classes in law school, but they don't teach running a business. It's just the law of the business. And I feel like so many times lawyers run their law firms and they don't really have that business sense. And that's one of the main things that you bring is that real world, that business smarts for it. And the ability to not talk in lawyer talk all the time.
Yes, I am the lawyer whisperer for our clients. I remember when we first started out and you just wanted to put Gerber Law. And I'm like, dude, no, I am not. You know, I'm a busy person, but I think in general, everybody, and I hate that word. I don't know why. It's just lately busy. The word busy has rubbed me raw. It's almost like a badge of honor to be busy. But like, what are you busy with? Right?
Right.
Being busy all the time does not mean being productive.
Right.
Right. So anyways, when you told me Gerber Law, I thought, we need to add the word injury, because if I am driving past a billboard, a sign, an advertisement, I want to know what you do right off the bat.
Right.
And you were gracious enough, because a lot of attorneys, let's just be honest, have big egos.
Absolutely, they do.
You did not. Not that you don't have a little bit of an ego. There's a little bit one in there, but you really are open to allow me to give you ideas. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, well, you come up with great ideas. And that's one of the reasons why we've grown as much as we have over the last 15 years. That's one of the reasons why we've been as successful as we have, is because of your ideas, your direction.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And how brilliant you are in cases, though.
Well, thanks.
You see all the little details that other people don't see.
Yeah.
You can sniff out those insurance. There goes the perimenopause brain.
The policy?
Yes. Ladies, can you feel me with that perimenopause?
So we've got that going on as well.
I know. It's fabulous.
And so we'll talk some about our faith. We'll talk some about our law firm. And one of the things that our law firm has given us the ability to do, to pour into, is a nonprofit ministry that you're heading up. And so that brings the business and the faith together. So talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where we were always working to be successful at the law firm. And it was every year there's numbers and there's goals, and there still are numbers and goals. But eventually we got to the point where we were pretty self-sufficient, and we were kind of had a well-oiled machine, and I was feeling a little empty. I had enough shoes, I had enough purses, I had enough things. And I thought, this is very much an empty feeling. I enjoy when we're a part of missions teams. We went to Jamaica, we've been to Poland, and I got such fulfillment going and doing these things that I felt like I need to have something in my life where I feel like I'm giving back every day. You know, one of the things that I did, and this isn't about the nonprofit, one of my friends, she had cancer, and I was making her homemade broth.
Chicken broth.
Yeah. And I had never made homemade chicken broth. And I thought, this is something I think I can do. Going back to the word busy, your busy can be cheap, or your busy can have deep value. There's depth to your busy. And it feels to me when I'm giving back with the nonprofit, or I'm giving back to my friend and making her chicken soup, or I'm giving back in Jamaica and spreading the word of the Lord and hugging on these children and giving them love. There's this, it's actually priceless. You end up feeling so much bigger than your problems. You feel so much bigger than anything that has materialistic value. And that's why we decided to do that. We wanted to give back. It started off as just a youth center. And then other people wanted to share the space, ministries. And I thought, heck, why not? Because we're open to whatever God is going to bring to us. And we want to have him guide us. It's not just our idea.
Right. And I don't think we've even said the name of the ministry, the name of the center.
It's Tones and Bones.
So give a little bit of background about that. What's the tones? What's the bones?
So the tones is music. And our son, Jack, he loves music. And we could get into further detail of it, but Jack was actually diagnosed as severe autistic and didn't speak till he was 5. But he has found his voice through music.
And he's now 19.
And now he's 19 and he helps run it. He's the assistant director. He has a band called 3 Heart Cross and he writes Christian music. And so the tones come through that. But then also going back to Jack has always loved paleontology. We've been on a dinosaur dig with the University of Chicago, Dr. Paul Sereno. And so all of you people that think dinosaurs aren't real, they're real. I literally dug one up. If you want to call it something else, this thing Was it, those Land of the Lost? Oh, no, was that the movie?
Land of the Lost, yeah.
There were dinosaurs in that, right?
Right.
Those big long necks, that's like the size of the dinosaur we dug up. I literally dug up a rib. So that's the bones. Jack really wants to bring in fossils from Arizona and have schools come in where he can teach about the fossils of Arizona. But then there's also bones in the Bible.
In Ezekiel 37:4, again, he said to me, prophesy to these bones and say to them, O dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. I think there's other verses as well, but it was not until after we were in Tones and Bones that we even put that connection together, and one of our people brought it to us. And we were like, that's amazing. Love the way God works, because we had decided on Tones and Bones about a year prior to that. And then focusing on the ministry side of it, having it be brought right back to those words in the Bible was just fantastic.
Absolutely.
With the bones, what we're doing, and Jack he has a pretty sizable collection of fossils, a private collection that he has. And so he has them there, and he is creating a fossil museum in portion of it as well.
Yeah. And so if you have a school and you have a science class that wants to come out and feel the bones and have Jack talk about the bones, the fossils, we would love to have you.
Right. So we've got concerts, we've got open mic nights, we've got the fossils, just a lot of different opportunities there. And you're right, it has been very fulfilling to open that place, to have people come in, to have worship nights there and feel like, yeah, this is why we're doing what we're doing with the law firm.
Yeah.
This is why we're working as hard as we are, earning the money that we're earning, is because that's how you spread the kingdom of God.
But let's be real, it hasn't been without stress.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing is we got to a point where we realized, yeah, it takes a lot of money to run this place and
time,
and we're doing it. And we were a little naive about it at first. I would say that we were just saying, okay, we're going to open the doors and it's just going to happen. But we realized we actually have to run it a little bit like a business, and we know how to run a business from the law firm. So we have to put that into play with the nonprofit ministry as well.
Definitely. And it's a challenge for me, trying to run and do all the marketing for the law firm and then run that. And, there's expectations.
Yeah, you feel a lot of the burden for both of those.
Yes, absolutely. So I only tend to show the highlight reels, as we all do on social media. And, behind the scenes, I've really had to hold Jesus's hand and walk on water and just trust him in so many ways, and trust in a way where if God chose something that I'm not expecting, which I should never say the word failure, because it's only God changing our direction.
Right.
And you just have to trust that direction. But it's very humbling for me, because I've always been someone that can take something and make it into something. And with the nonprofit, it's really waiting on God to show me what he wants. And there's been a lot of trial and error. What is Tones and Bones? Is it a youth center? Is it an event center? Are you renting it out? And it's kind of been morphing. And we've had people that have worked there that don't work there anymore. We are constantly changing up how we advertise. And honestly, I have had to build my faith more in the last year and a half than before we ever opened it.
Sure.
It sounds all nice and good, right?
Right.
Like, oh, we're just going to go open this nonprofit and give it to the world, and they're all going to come in, and there's bunnies and birds and all of these, what is that? Snow White? Is that Snow White? Sleeping Beauty. These birds are do-do-do-do-do, and I'm going in and flowing, and just people are like, hey, look at her. She's got it all together. Well, I do not.
Right.
I'm far from it.
Right.
Far from it.
Well,
I
like
do
you
not.
said, life is messy. Building this nonprofit has been messy. Building the law firm's been messy at times. And then we've got our family as well, which is another aspect that we're planning on talking about here as well.
Well, it gets hard too because you have the voices in your head. Because when we first started it, there were people out there that are like, why did God pick her? She's not as good as the
Right.
Bible is me.
Right.
Why would, there's so much anger and jealousy, and it has been directed towards me. And it's not just me. I'm not the only one. I believe that anybody that feels like somebody else is getting something that they wish they had. And so those words, they don't understand. I don't even believe that I deserve that. Like, why would God pick me?
Right.
I don't know. I don't think that he thinks I'm better than you. But God chooses all of us to do the things that he knows will impact his kingdom through me for however he can envision that.
Well, and it was shocking and a little bit of frustrating too as to where those voices were coming from.
From other Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we really be building up other Christians no matter what they're doing for the kingdom?
You would think.
Yeah.
But there's
a lot of jealousy.
As with anything, there is this, why not me?
Right.
You know, you ever see, is that Up Where They Walk, Up Where They something? What's that movie?
You're talking about The Little Mermaid?
Yes. And all those birds going, mine,
No,
mine.
that's a different movie altogether.
Oh.
That's Finding Nemo.
There goes that perimenopause brain, or it could be the blonde hair.
That's the seagulls in Finding Nemo. Look, at least you stuck within Disney movies, so you're in the right genre.
But I noticed that it's so much mine.
Yeah.
That's why even part of me, we've recorded and practiced a few of the podcasts, and I've watched myself talk, and I've thought, why would anyone want to listen to me? You know, and that's some people would say, well, why would you say that? Because I do all the things that I do because I enjoy them. I do all the things that I do because I want to do them. I do the things for the law firm, for our family, for the nonprofit, for God, because I always want to be a better me. I always want to be doing more. I always say I'll rest when I'm dead, right? Even though I do need to take some more time to rest. Hopefully we can share with you, and for people that are younger than us, I hope that you can learn something from us. Not that older people can't learn from us. Maybe that's me feeling like if you're older, you know more than me.
Yeah, well, I feel like this is a great platform for you in particular. I feel like you have the ability to inspire people with a lot of your stories, a lot of what you've been through, a lot of what you have to say. I mean, just, for example, posts that you'll make on social media. You just the other day, you were talking about the busyness, and you just the other day made this beautiful post on Facebook about how people pride themselves in how they stay busy. And you did that on Sunday when it was a day that is one of the rare occasions we actually didn't have anything going on, and we were relaxing and actually feeling a little guilty about it at the time.
Well, I don't feel guilty because I think people are going to judge me. I feel guilty because I have so much on my plate. And I feel like if I'm not moving and doing something, then it's not going to get done.
Right.
And I'm not going to be moving, which is silly because it's, my herbs.
What are you even talking about? Your herbs?
My herbs can wait.
What does that even mean?
I was cleaning out the spice cabinet. It's herbs. Or is it herb?
It's herbs, unless you're from, I don't know, Europe, and then maybe it's herbs, but I'm not sure why herbs and herbs are coming up right now.
Come aside, like urban I don't know. I cleaned out my herb cabinet.
We got rid of expired spices in the cabinet.
Hey, what was the oldest one in there?
Proud to say 2015.
Man, that was some delicious. What was it? Do you even remember?
It was cayenne pepper. So
See? And people are like, and you feel guilty for not being busy? Clearly, I was not busy enough to get rid of that 2015 cayenne pepper.
So anyway, getting back to your post about being busy.
I had other posts too.
Yeah, but for that one, I know you post like daily.
I posted about our skin and how there's a double standard with men and women. We can get into it. I mean, it is the first podcast.
I know.
How come men think that women's breasts should not eventually sag if they're naturally large?
Right.
Your balls sag.
Thank you.
And you know what? Just because we're Christian doesn't mean we can't talk about sex. We can't talk about our bodies. That's ridiculous.
Right.
If you're Christian and you're not having sex with your spouse, there's a problem.
Right. You can talk about the subject in a loving Christian way.
Why am I not being loving and Christian?
No, you are.
Oh, thank you.
I was just backing you up.
So
I don't know, but you kind of threw that out there, and that's it. You can't just stop there for that conversation. So let's talk about breasts and balls, and that's the end of it. You have to go into what you posted and what the whole thought process was with why you were posting that.
Okay, so the whole reason I posted it is because I went on Instagram that morning. And I don't know about you, but I am tired of seeing everything is TNA. I go on there and there's a boob in my face, there's a butt, there's some guy painting with his wiener. Like, I am literally sick of seeing the nudity. It's like everything doesn't have to be about nudity, and everything's about just being plastic and not being real. And I'm just tired of that. Like, I feel like we are creating a generation that will be addicted to fake AI images, fakeness, not even knowing, half the women that not half, a lot of the women that you see on there that are so plastically aren't even women.
Right.
They're a tran,
Right.
You don't even know what you're getting into anymore.
Right.
I would never want to be single and 19 years old.
I absolutely
I
do not envy that
for the younger generation.
Right.
And you know what? If that's your deal, that's your deal. I'm not judging you. You do you, boo. I am sick of everything being sexually motivated.
Well, let's be honest. It's all a gateway to porn and an addiction in porn. And it's a gateway to pulling people away from God.
Absolutely. And
every bit of that.
It doesn't even mean that Christians aren't addicted to porn. Isn't it like over 50% of all pastors have a porn addiction?
Something like that. Something like that is what we heard.
And I think that it's because everyone is performing. There's so much performing.
Right.
They don't know what they're going to be when they grow up. They just pick something, and then someone tells them they have to do this. And so there's so much performing. So they assume everyone's performing, and a lot of people are. And there's just so much fakeness in this world. And that's why I want to come on here and just be real. I want to show you real life. I want to show you past the highlight reels. I want to show you what real people are doing. And I'm probably going to get a lot of bad comments, which I won't look at. I don't care. I don't know what I'll get, but I'm going to let somebody else read the comments. But this is me. This is you. This is our lives.
Yeah.
And I want to shed some light on how we think truly, not what other people are saying we think. Some people have said that I think I'm better than everybody else. I actually don't. I think that everybody else is smarter than me. I actually put everyone else on a pedestal, and I have had lots of insecurities growing up.
Yeah, you're very, very humble in who you are, and your outward appearance throws people off, and they make snap judgments about you.
Well, my outward appearance is please like me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup so that there's nothing you can judge me for, because I'm so insecure in that sense.
Right.
Where I want you to know, like, I respect you. I'm going to dress up for you. I'm going to be respectful to you. I want to give to you. I genuinely put people above me.
Right.
And so it's very heartbreaking for me when I hear other people having opinions about me. And I'm like, whoa, that's not even anywhere in my heart.
Right.
And so I think that happens to other people too.
It would have to.
Yeah.
It
it's
would
not
absolutely
just me.
have to.
I think that there's so much animosity and anger, and the world is divided in our country. We already know the world is divided. I mean, our country's divided, and there's just so much foolery with the AI and with movies. And, you look at girls, and here's this thing that's people are like, oh, what do 50-year-olds look like? I'll be 52 in August. But there's all these filters, and there's all this surgery, and there's all these things. And either people that want to do that, they're so conceited, and how dare they do that? And then the people that don't want to do it, they're judging them. And why can't we all just be happy with who we are and do our own thing? And that's that's something that I want to show you. This is who we are. I want to tell you stories. I want to show you who we are. I hope you can laugh. I hope you can get encouragement. I hope you can learn some things about how we gain strength through the Bible and realize we are imperfect too.
Yeah. And that you're not alone.
Absolutely.
Everybody's going through things. Everybody is going through a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to build each other up. We need to help each other. And this platform, this podcast is hopefully our way of helping that along.
Absolutely. And just being silly, because I like being silly. You know what? I say the taboo things.
You say anything.
I do. You know what? I don't know. Like, I think of something and I'm like, oh, don't say it. Don't say it. Blech. And I get like, it just comes out.
There was actually a time where we went out with friends and you just kept randomly just saying things. And I finally said to you, okay, before you say it out loud, whisper it in my ear. Let me filter you first. I'll let you know if it's okay to say.
Well, what happens is I'll say something and then I'll realize it sounded weird. So then I try to correct it. And then I dig a hole.
You just start talking more and more and more.
And you're like, babe, stop.
Yeah,
just stop.
It just gets worse and worse the more you talk at that point.
But I don't mean anything bad.
No.
Like one time I think I said, oh, he's definitely taller than Ken. And everyone's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean that like Ken's short. I mean, he's shorter than him. And you're like, just stop while you're ahead. And I'm like, no, but I was meaning like, it's not that I'm not attracted to him being shorter. Megan, just stop. I'm like, but you're so handsome. So.
And look, I just want to be clear. I was not stifling what you were saying. I just thought it was funny to say that, to tell you to filter it through me. I love how you just randomly say things.
Everybody does.
Part of your charm.
Like, I can't wait to listen to Megan. Just I give everyone ammo. That's what I say. I go, you know what? People probably leave my house, especially the kids' friends, are like, guess what Megan said today?
Right.
I'm just an open book, and I'm always over explaining myself. But I think I have to, because there's so many people that take things out of context about who I am and what I'm about. You know, I'm about all these things that we're talking about.
Yes.
I'm one of those weird people that if you came to my house and you went into my closet and you're like, oh, I love those shoes, and they could be Gucci. And if I'm like, okay, you can have them. People are like, why would you do that? Are you trying to buy them? Are you trying to manipulate them? No, like legit, I own my things. My things don't own me. And if I had everything taken away from me, either A, I'd be like, okay, I guess this is where I'm at, or I go and make it again. I'm not a victim. And so that's something that we talk about a lot is I'm not a victim. So I have compassion for people that are victims, but I also want to give you a hand to pull up. I want to help you. And that's the type of person I am.
Right. Victimhood or being a victim is something that happens to you, but it's not a place that you stay.
Absolutely not. I believe that everybody has a time. I've been there. I've been on food stamps. I've been to the point where I didn't want to be on this earth anymore. And we can get all into that during this podcast. But I want to be here to encourage other people. You are braver than you think you are. You are smarter than you think you are. You are more creative than you think you are. And today is not going to be what 5 years from now is. So don't give up. And I want to be that voice for people. I've been there. I've been at probably every crazy stage you can imagine in my life.
You have.
I'm a scrappy girl. Are you going to get scrappy Megan or Christian Megan?
Sometimes you get
scrappy Christian.
Sometimes you get both.
But yeah, no, I have had a lot of time to think. I'm a deep thinker, but if I expect you to do something, like if I expect you to be a truthful person, I expect that of myself.
Yeah. Well, generally you're already doing it yourself. And so you'll explain those are your expectations, and you're all about truth and honesty. And again, you are an open book.
Yeah. So I hope through this podcast, we can share stories about me being an open book, getting me in trouble,
right? Cases
with the law firm that we decide together. And I'm like, oh, hell no, we're not taking that. So, are you happy?
That's a loaded question. Am I happy with what? I'm happy. Yes. In general, I'm very happy.
You are? Tell
Yes.
me why.
I feel immensely blessed. I feel blessed with having you in my life, having the kids. I feel like God is blessing us with all that we do because he knows our hearts and where we're putting our effort. And like you said, I've gotten to the point, it's taken me a long time to get there, but I've gotten to the point as well where I believe that if everything was taken away, that we would not wallow in it. We would realize we'll do it again. We have our faith in God. God will get us through. And we have built everything that we have from nothing. We both lost a lot in the past. Mm-hmm. And what we built now, we built together. And as long as we have God, as long as we have each other, we can do it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember those $80 a week budget.
Yep.
You told me we have $80 a week and you had a hole in your sock.
Yep.
You didn't cut your toenail, so it was this big old long toenail. Just kidding. That sounds so gross.
That did sound gross.
But we had an $80 a week budget for food, gas.
Yeah.
And I was so proud of myself. I had this little app on my phone and, you put in the groceries, and I was doing a lot of cooking in bulk.
You were clipping coupons. You had a lot of coupons that you were clipping. You did it. You clipped them.
Yeah, a lot of them never got used, though, because I'm kind of ADD. I forget it at home. And then I get there and I'm like, oh, I'll just buy the generic version. They say the generic version is actually the regular version, but they just put a generic label on it. Have you heard of that?
That sounds like something I've heard, yeah. No generics here at Cross Examine with the Gerbers, though.
We're the original Gerbers. Well, actually, I'm not an original Gerber. I'm an original Burke from the south side of Chicago.
And we have lots of stories about you in Chicago, too.
Oh, yeah. That's my old stomping ground. B96 dance party with DJ Jazzy Jeff. No, I don't know if that was his name.
I don't think it was DJ Jazzy Jeff.
It might have been.
No. That's Fresh Prince and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Where you dance your heart's content. And then I remember being so excited to go to those dance parties because I'd wear my Z Cavaricis, aging me. I'd wear my Z Cavariccis and I'd get there and I danced so much that they were loose when I left. And I thought I lost like 100 pounds. It was like, it takes two to make a thing go right. It takes two to make it out of sight. DJ Jeff. I don't know, making that name up.
Yeah, well, but I like to watch you dance too.
I love dancing. I remember this one time. Okay, this is just going to be a little side story. So there was a place called the Brickyard outside, south side of Chicago. It was like in Oklahoma. I can't remember what city.
Is it like a bar?
Yeah, no. Well, you could be under 21 to go there. So in Chicago, they had all of these places where you could go to like a Holiday Inn, or you could go to a bar where on that night, it's like a Thursday, they don't have the bar open, but just for regular like sodas. And then you go there and you dance. Mind you, there's no cell phones. It's only landline. And my dad is chief of police of Tinley Park at the time. So he's like, you girls watch each other. You girls be careful, which I get. Like, you know, at the time it was like, okay. So we go there and there's this bouncer and I take my sister and I'm probably, I was 17. So I drove there. And my sister, she's like a bucking bronco and she's like, you can't control me. So she left with the bouncer. I let her go with, she's like, I'm not going with you. And you know how my sister is. Sorry, sister. But she has a mind of her own and she was definitely not coming home with me. And she was like 14 or 15. And I get home and it's 1 a.m. and my dad's like, where's your sister? Oh, she left with some bouncer. She what? She left with some bouncer. Who? I had no idea. Wait, what was his name? No idea. Where does he live? No idea. So literally my sister left with some stranger. She made it home because she's alive and well today.
Right.
However, I couldn't enjoy me feeling skinnier because I was in trouble when I got home.
Yeah, I'm sure you got in a lot of trouble.
Oh, I got in a lot of trouble. That girl got me in a lot of trouble all the time. I used to want to sneak out. I was one of those sneaker outers. And then she'd find out that I was sneaking out and she would be like, you're bringing me with you or I'm telling mom and dad. I was like, dang it.
Blackmail.
Fine. I will bring you, but you can't. We used to drink, right? We're talking the 80s, early 90s, 91. I graduated from high school. So we go to my friend's house. She'd be off drinking. I remember this one time. So we had a raised ranch. I don't know if you know what that is, where it's like this long house and then it has these windows to go down into the basement. Well, I used to crawl out of my window, leave footprints. My dad asked me why there were footprints. And I said I was practicing for a fire drill, which was a lie. And then I go back in that little small window and she got drunk and it was raining. And that's where my mom planted her garden. So I'd have someone else help me push her through the window, muddy pants and all. I got inside, I pulled her down. And then for some reason I heard my mom up and I said, hurry up, take your pants off and put them behind the dining room chairs. I don't know why. So
Great plan.
We left our muddy jeans behind the dining room chairs. And I don't know if you guys remember or if you're old enough or if this is something from the Midwest or whatever. There was a room that was vacuumed perfectly that you were not allowed to enter. Did you have that room, Ken?
Yeah, the living room with the white carpet.
It was like the perfect, it wasn't the front room. Was it the front room?
Yeah, we didn't have those down in Florida.
You didn't have a front room?
No.
And so in the Midwest, you had a front room. And this like the dining room area that you walk in, front door, the vacuum was like perfect lines. Well, I had her throw her pants in there behind the beautiful chair. And my mom's like, why are there muddy pants behind the chair? And then, of course, I got grounded. She's an innocent child who went with me, and I got grounded.
You drug her through the mud.
She forced me because I was sneaking out without her.
It's Funny how that came back around.
So my kids get away with nothing now. I'm very much a helicopter parent, but Skyla always defends me in that way. So we have two kids, 19 and 14. She'll be 15. We actually have more than that, which that's a long story. Ken has 4 boys from Florida that, due to parental alienation, we have not been able to see. But we will get into that subject and how that's so awful for parents and especially fathers.
Yeah. Another subject for another day.
Exactly. So she always defends me and says, Mom, you just care about protecting us, but like, you're super cool. You let me make food, you know what I mean? In other ways, I allow them to be very independent and be themselves.
Yeah.
But anyways, I hope that, everybody enjoyed some of these stories that we had.
Yes. Hopefully it's just a little teaser of what's to come, and we'll have a lot more fun in the future.
Absolutely.
We'll have some guests on at some point.
Yes. I would love to have local guests and ask them, like, what is it like owning a business? Do you find these same instances that we do with customers and funny stories? Because I love all those funny restaurant stories and different things on TikTok, which you don't watch TikTok, but I do. And so they're like kind of making fun of the people that come in and they're like, hi, can you fit me in even though I don't have a reservation and I want 86 people to be sat in the next 10 minutes? So hopefully we can have some stories and have some fun.
Maybe we'll just wind it up here for the day and come back another time and do it then.
Sounds great. Thank you for watching Cross Examined with the Gerbers. Tune in next time.